A deafening crash echoed through the Australian forest, sending flocks of birds scattering into the twilight sky. Lachlan, an adventurous engineer with a penchant for solving the impossible, halted mid-hike. Through the dense undergrowth, he caught sight of an extraordinary spectacle. A colossal alien spaceship, partially buried among the trees, smoke billowing from its damaged hull. Heart pounding with excitement, Lachlan approached cautiously. The spaceship's sleek, metallic surface glimmered under the fading sunlight, its alien design both intimidating and mesmerizing. He had heard tales of extraterrestrial visitors, but witnessing this firsthand was beyond his wildest dreams. "Hello," Lachlan called out, his voice echoing eerily. "Anyone in there?" A panel hissed open, revealing an alien figure stepping out. Nirvan, an alien engineer with a sharp, skeptical gaze, surveyed the human with a mix of curiosity and disdain. His tall, slender frame and iridescent skin shimmered, reflecting the technological prowess of his species. "Who are you?" Nirvan demanded, his voice tinged with an accent that twisted the English language into something almost musical. "Lachlan," he replied, extending a hand. "I'm an engineer. I can help." Nirvan's eyes narrowed. "Help? This technology is far beyond your primitive understanding." Lachlan grinned, undeterred. "Maybe, but I've fixed things before that seemed impossible. Let me try." Skepticism etched deep into his features. Nirvan hesitated, then stepped aside, allowing Lachlan into the ship. The interior was a marvel of advanced technology. Sleek, metallic surfaces with holographic displays and intricate machinery that hummed with an almost lifelike presence. "It's the propulsion system," Nirvan explained, leading him to a massive engine. "It's critically damaged, and we lack the resources to repair it on this primitive planet." Lachlan examined the complex machinery, his mind racing with possibilities. "I see the problem," he muttered, more to himself than to Nirvan. "We can use a mix of your tech and some good old human ingenuity." Nirvan scoffed. "You intend to fix an advanced propulsion system with your rudimentary tools?" "Exactly," Lachlan replied, eyes gleaming with challenge. "We'll need some bamboo, duct tape, and a bit of Aussie magic." Despite his skepticism, Nirvan agreed to give Lachlan a chance. They set up a makeshift base camp around the spaceship, the hum of generators filling the air as humans and aliens worked side by side. Lachlan's team gathered materials from the forest, improvising solutions with remarkable creativity. Days turned into nights as they toiled, the ship gradually coming back to life. Lachlan's hands moved deftly, combining alien technology with human resourcefulness. Each success brought a flicker of respect in Nirvan's eyes, slowly eroding his initial disdain. On the final night, as the forest lay silent under a blanket of stars, the moment of truth arrived. Lachlan stood before the repaired propulsion system, sweat trickling down his forehead. "This is it," he said, his voice steady despite the tension. "Let's see if it works." Nirvan nodded, his skepticism now tempered with a glimmer of hope. The engine roared to life, filling the ship with a pulsating energy. The spaceship trembled, then lifted off the ground, hovering steadily above the forest floor. A cheer erupted from Lachlan's team, their efforts vindicated. Nirvan watched in awe, his disbelief shattered by the undeniable success. "You did it?" Nirvan murmured, his voice filled with awe. "You humans are something else." Lachlan grinned, the thrill of achievement coursing through him. "We're just getting started." As the spaceship ascended into the sky, a new era of cooperation dawned, forged by the ingenuity and resilience of a group of naive humans who dared to tackle the impossible. The night sky lit up with the promise of what could be achieved when disparate minds came together, united by a common goal. The hum of makeshift generators filled the air, casting an eerie glow on the alien ship's damaged hull. Lachlan, energized by their initial success, moved with purpose, his eyes scanning the intricate machinery for the next challenge. Nirvan hovered nearby, his skepticism now mingled with a reluctant admiration. "Lachlan," Nirvan called, his voice carrying a note of urgency. "There's another issue." The navigation system is completely fried. Without it, we'll never make it off this planet safely. Lachlan frowned, wiping sweat from his brow. Let me take a look. Inside the ship, the navigation console was a mess of sparking wires and shattered screens. Lachlan knelt, examining the damage with a critical eye. This is bad, he muttered. But not impossible. Nirvan arched an eyebrow. And how do you propose to fix it? With more bamboo and duct tape. Not this time, Lachlan replied with a grin. We're going to need something a bit more sophisticated. Hand me that toolbox. As Lachlan worked, the tension in the air grew palpable. His team gathered around, offering tools and suggestions, their collaboration a testament to human ingenuity. Hours passed, filled with the sounds of clinking metal and focused murmurs. We need to create a new interface, Lachlan explained. One that can handle both human and alien inputs. It's not just about fixing the wires. We need to think bigger. Nirvan watched closely, his skepticism slowly eroding. You really believe you can do this, don't you? Lachlan's eyes sparkled with determination. Belief has nothing to do with it. It's all about making the impossible possible. As dawn approached, the makeshift console began to take shape. Lachlan's fingers flew over the controls, his mind racing to integrate the alien technology with human components. The team held their breath, the weight of their mission pressing down on them. All right, Lachlan said finally, stepping back to admire their work. Let's fire it up. The console flickered, then burst to life, a blend of alien holographics and human touchscreens. The navigation system hummed with newfound energy, displaying a clear path to the stars. We did it, Lachlan whispered, a sense of awe washing over him. We actually did it. Nirvan's eyes widened in disbelief. You've integrated our technology with yours seamlessly. This is incredible. Lachlan clapped a hand on Nirvan's shoulder. We're not done yet. Let's make sure everything else is in working order. The team moved through the ship, checking systems and making final adjustments. The sense of camaraderie was palpable, the lines between human and alien blurring as they worked towards a common goal. Attention, everyone, Lachlan called out, his voice echoing through the corridors. Prepare for the final test. If this works, we'll be the first humans to help launch an alien ship from Earth. The ship thrummed with anticipation, the crew taking their positions. Lachlan stood at the helm, his heart pounding with a mix of fear and excitement. Initiating launch sequence, Nirvan announced, his fingers dancing over the controls. The ship shuddered, the engines roaring to life. Lachlan held his breath as they lifted off the ground, the forest below shrinking away. The view through the viewport was breathtaking, the vast expanse of space beckoning them forward. We're airborne, Lachlan said, his voice filled with wonder. We did it. Nirvan turned to him, a rare smile breaking across his face. You've proven your worth, Lachlan. Perhaps there's more to humans than I initially thought. As the ship soared into the cosmos, the crew erupted in cheers. Lachlan looked out at the stars, a sense of triumph swelling within him. They had done the impossible, and the journey had only just begun. The roar of engines filled the air, louder than anything the forest had ever heard. Lachlan stood at the helm, his eyes fixed on the view ahead as the alien ship shuddered and groaned. They were airborne, but the real test had only just begun. Steady, he muttered, fingers dancing over the improvised controls. The ship wobbled precariously before leveling out, the stars glimmering against the inky blackness of space. Every creak and groan of the ship felt like a heartbeat in the tense silence. Nirvan, seated beside him, monitored the readouts with a furrowed brow. The propulsion system is holding, he said, though his voice carried an undertone of worry. But we're not out of the woods yet. Lachlan nodded, his focus unwavering. Keep an eye on the fuel levels. We can't afford any surprises. The ship surged forward, the vast expanse of space stretching out before them. Lachlan's team, scattered throughout the vessel, worked diligently, their faces illuminated by the soft glow of alien displays. Each member was a cog in the intricate machine, their efforts synchronized to perfection. Suddenly, a warning light flashed on the console. "What's that?" Lachlan asked, his heart skipping a beat. Nirvan's eyes widened. "We've got a coolant leak. If we don't fix it, the engines will overheat and we'll be stranded." Lachlan's mind raced. "Get a team on it now. We can't lose momentum." In the engine room, the temperature was rising rapidly. Lachlan's second in command, Sarah, led a group of engineers, their faces slick with sweat. "We need to seal that leak," she barked, her voice cutting through the din. "Quickly!" The team sprang into action, welding equipment sparking as they worked to contain the damage. The air was thick with tension, each second feeling like an eternity. Lachlan's voice crackled over the comms. "Status update, Sarah." "We're almost there," she replied, her voice strained. "Just a few more minutes." Lachlan gripped the controls tighter, his knuckles white. "We don't have a few minutes. Push harder." Finally, the leak was sealed, and the temperature began to stabilize. Sarah exhaled a sigh of relief. Coolant flow restored. "We're good to go." "Great work," Lachlan said, his voice filled with genuine gratitude. "Now let's get back on course." As the ship resumed its steady flight, the crew's collective tension eased. But Lachlan knew the journey was far from over. He turned to Nirvan, his expression serious. "We need to prepare for the jump to hyperspace. It's our only shot at reaching your home planet." Nirvan hesitated, then nodded. "Agreed. I'll initiate the calculations." The ship's systems hummed as Nirvan fed in the coordinates. Lachlan's team gathered around, the weight of the moment heavy in the air. "This is it," Lachlan said, his voice steady. "If this works, we'll be the first humans to travel at hyperspeed alongside an alien crew." The countdown began, each second ticking by with agonizing slowness. Lachlan's heart pounded in his chest, the enormity of their endeavor sinking in. "Hold on tight," he said, his grip firm on the controls. The ship shuddered, then lurched forward with a burst of unimaginable speed. Stars streaked past the viewport, a dizzying array of light and motion. Lachlan's breath caught in his throat, the sensation both exhilarating and terrifying. "Jump complete," Nirvan announced, his voice tinged with awe. "We've done it." A cheer erupted from the crew, their triumph echoing through the corridors. Lachlan allowed himself a moment of pride, the realization that they had achieved the impossible washing over him. But as the ship settled into its new course, a new alert flashed on the console. Lachlan's stomach dropped. "What's that?" he asked, his voice tight. Nirvan's expression darkened. "Incoming ships. We might have company." Lachlan's eyes narrowed, his mind already racing with possibilities. "Prepare for contact. We need to be ready for anything." As the alien vessels closed in, the tension aboard the ship soared. Lachlan took a deep breath, his resolve hardening. They had come too far to be stopped now. The next challenge awaited, and he was ready to face it head-on. The alien ships approached with alarming speed, their sleek forms cutting through the void of space like predators honing in on prey. Lachlan's heart pounded as he analyzed the incoming vessels. These were no friendly greeters. They were heavily armed and clearly on high alert. "Nirvan, can we hail them?" Lachlan asked, keeping his voice steady despite the rising tension. Nirvan nodded, his fingers flying over the controls. "Attempting communication now. Let's hope they recognize our signal." The alien ship slowed, and a crackling voice filled the cockpit. "Unidentified vessel. State your purpose and origin immediately." Lachlan stepped forward, his voice calm but firm. "This is Lachlan, an engineer from Earth. We are accompanying Nirvan and his crew, who experienced a critical malfunction and needed repairs. We come in peace." A tense silence followed, punctuated only by the steady hum of the ship's systems. Finally, the voice responded, "Proceed to coordinates sent. Any deviation will be met with force." Nirvan glanced at Lachlan. "These are my people, but they seem on edge. We must tread carefully." The coordinates led them to a massive space station orbiting a shimmering planet. As they docked, Lachlan's team prepared for what might come next. The ship's airlock hissed open, revealing a squad of armed aliens, their expressions unreadable. "Follow us," one of them commanded, gesturing with a weapon. Lachlan, Nirvan, and a few key members of the team complied, walking through the pristine corridors of the station. They were led to a grand chamber where an imposing alien, clearly a high-ranking official, awaited them. "Nirvan," the official said, his tone both surprised and suspicious. "Explain yourself." Nirvan stepped forward, his posture respectful yet defiant. "We were stranded on Earth. These humans, particularly Lachlan, helped us repair our ship using a blend of our technologies. They proved to be invaluable allies." The official's eyes flicked to Lachlan, his expression hard to read. "Humans? Assisting in repairing our advanced technology? Unlikely." "It's true," Lachlan interjected. "We combined our knowledge and resources to achieve what seemed impossible. We're not as primitive as you might think." The official considered this, then addressed Nirvan. "If what you say is true, this could mark a significant step in our relations. But proof is required." Nirvan nodded. "Inspect our ship. See the repairs for yourself." A team of technicians was dispatched to examine the vessel, and an excruciating wait ensued. Lachlan stood alongside Nirvan, the gravity of the situation weighing heavily on him. This was more than just a test of their engineering. It was a test of trust and cooperation between species. After what felt like hours, the technicians returned, their leader speaking in hushed tones to the official. The official's expression softened slightly. "The repairs are indeed remarkable. You've managed to integrate human ingenuity with our technology in ways we hadn't considered." Lachlan felt a surge of relief but kept his composure. "We believe in collaboration. There's much we can learn from each other." The official nodded. "Very well. Nirvan, you and your crew are cleared for return. As for you, humans, your contributions will not be forgotten. This marks the beginning of a new era." As they were escorted back to their ship, Nirvan turned to Lachlan, a rare smile on his face. "You did it, Lachlan. You've opened a door that may have otherwise remained closed." Lachlan grinned, feeling a profound sense of accomplishment. "We did it together." As their ship undocked and set a course for Earth, Lachlan looked out at the stars, the vast expanse of possibilities stretching before them. They had not only repaired a ship but had also forged a new path for humanity and their alien allies. The journey ahead was uncertain, but with cooperation and ingenuity, anything was possible. The final view of the alien planet faded into the distance, a symbol of the potential that lay in unity and understanding. And as Lachlan's team celebrated their success, they knew this was just the beginning of many more adventures to come.